Yo, what it do, man? Y'all know what it is. Real Spill with the kid, Official Watson. I only got a couple Real Spill videos. We got the Franklin Bourne case decoded. And we got, Mr. Nipsey Hussle, which is one of my favorites. Now, we here to talk Real Spill with Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, it's the link below. Subscribe to my channel. And let's get in this comment box and let's talk about what we think and how we feel and our opinions on everything going on. I'm not saying that it matters. I'm just here to state the obvious. So and now I'm starting to see a lot of this conspiracy stuff. I'm not saying this was a conspiracy. This could have just been technically somebody, not being able to pay attention to the signs. It could be something simple. And unfortunately, a lot of loved lives was lost. 9 people, including Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant and his daughter Gigi. She a legend too. They legends in my book. I hope they legends in y'all eyes. So let's just, talk about the obvious. I want to talk about the commercials and some of the cartoons that came out over the past few years. I don't know if it was many cartoons or more than one, but I know for one, for specifically on the Comedy Central clip, I'll post that link to the YouTube where you can watch that clip, and you guys can watch these clips, and we can come back and we can get in the comment box and talk about this. I'm not saying nobody was blood sacrifices. I'm not saying all of that. I'm just here to state the obvious on what I seen and the different stuff and come to ask y'all and put it out there. So I'm gonna drop that link to the cartoon on Comedy Central. The reason why that link is disturbing is me, like, for real, anybody writing, whoever these writers are for all these Simpsons and all these people, it rubs me in the wrong way. It's very eerie that they would let this type of stuff be produced on these shows, even if it is just a joke and you mocking and saying people die. For them to have my man in a plane or helicopter, not even a plane. That's even more weary about it. It could have been a plane in the video. It's a helicopter. So when the helicopter does what it does in the Comedy Central thing, and then we think about now, R.I.P. to Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant, aka the Black Mamba, it's like it's very disturbing, especially as a fan, as a person who admires this guy and admire a lot of people. Like, we know their hearts and their love and that they have for the people in the game and the things that they're trying to do. It just really rubs me in a very eerie way that they let these type of things be produced on these shows. So okay, you got the helicopter, it falls, Kobe rings right side, and they're like, hey man, Kobe, give me the rings or whatever. And he said, what, pass you the rings? I'm never passing. Which, that was like a mark, because, Kobe got the ball. If it's the last, if Kobe ain't passing, it's going in or it's missing. It's the end of it. But for them to say, give me the rings, and they don't, and the helicopter blow up and it kills Kobe, like, it's just like, it's just a mockery of things that, like, it really irritates you. And then to see them people actually go out that way, I'm not here to scream Illuminati and, it's a conspiracy and this and that. I'm just saying, like, I'm asking y'all, who controls these things? Ask yourself that. If we make any type of videos at home saying that what we gonna do and it's a joke and it's a mockery and we playing with the president or playing with any high profile people, man, we get in trouble. But you telling me that you can go write a cartoon and y'all people can do this and put it together and put it out, and it's funny. It's just a joke. But if I'm at home and I'm a normal U.S. citizen, I say I'm making a joke or, about plotting on somebody, or I do this, or I'll make this and show, man, I'm gonna get in trouble. Y'all gotta understand the higher elites. Y'all gotta understand that when you walk in McDonald's, right, and you ask to see the manager comes and he say, hey, what's the problem? You say, you know what, I don't even want to talk to you. I need to talk to the owner. You ain't about to meet the owner. You ain't about to meet the owner of McDonald's. Anybody coming up right then and there, even if it's family owned, you're not meeting it. So that's what I want y'all to understand. We can question all day who put these TV shows out, but it's so much money in the world. There's millions. There's people who actually have millions and millions and millions of dollars. What we look at, I would say, only reason I say higher elite, I'm not saying they're higher than y'all, but they're in a different tax bracket. They move a little differently, like their intake with the world and what's going on is kind of more, you know what I mean, like differently. So all I'm saying is I'm speaking for the people like y'all, because I'm just a normal guy here, you know what I mean, and I'm looking at the obvious with Kobe Bean Bryant. I'm like, man, and that shit make me mad, you know what I mean. I didn't even cry until I seen the picture of the meme that they got out there, and it says Dad, it's gonna be okay. We'll watch him from here or something like that. You know, Kobe got his own restaurant, like, and then it's like fire. You know what I mean? It's just like I say, it's a lot. This is really emotional. This is probably one of the most emotional things that have ever happened in our generation, for it to be 9 people. You know what I mean? So also, what I want to talk about here is the Grammys, right? I find it really just even eerie too that my man dies the morning of the Grammys, and it's like that whole, how did y'all have that much practice, like, to like orchestrate? I didn't even see it. That's what I'm gonna tell you. I didn't even watch the Grammys. One of my close people was watching, and I'm just hearing it, right? So it was so perfect and so orchestrated to the death of a legend, the death of a legend. And you know what I mean? It's like, really, it ain't even the death of a legend. It's the uprising of a legend. This wasn't the death. It was like, yeah, death happened, but this was the uprising of a legend. It's like, you know what I mean? That whole day, it's like, ooh, you know, they got all this stuff going on stage for everything about Kobe. You know what I mean? And the last thing I can remember, I had to Google this to make sure, Whitney Houston, if I'm not mistaken, she passed on the Grammys too. And it's like, I feel like when those type of things happen, the Grammys shouldn't be allowed to go on that day, or, you know what I mean, if the NBA was gonna cancel games, Grammy, why couldn't y'all reschedule it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It could be other things. You know, you see the videos on there that'll say that, it's a satanic ritual, and that's what they do. You know what I mean? You could sit here and put all your conspiracy theories together and say that. I'm just here to state the obvious, that I say that I feel like they should have rescheduled it. I'm not against the Grammys. I'm not against whatever, people, period. But when it comes to Kobe and a lot of these deaths and these crazy deaths, and it's like, man, how and why? We gonna ask questions. People want to know. Y'all got a whole cartoon that done came out with this, and then I'm sitting here watching the Black Mamba commercial, the Nike commercial. You got my man holding the ball, Kobe, and, you know, when they telling he's subbing out the game called Life, you know what I mean? It goes down, the clock goes down all the way to 0, but it stops at 4 seconds, and then you hear it. It stops at 4 seconds, 4.140, whatever, and then you see the ball, and then he throw the ball. Kanye got to be on a helicopter, and then the helicopter falls, and then the helicopter got to blow up again, and then you got my man, like, where it's like a whole different scene where he's talking, and, you know, they talking about like after the fact of life and death, and he say, you know, legends never die. Man, I'm not here to say they, you know what I mean, it's a mockery of what they gonna do. And when I say they, man, look, if y'all don't get who they is and you've been watching my videos, subscribe, go back, watch all my other stuff. I ain't here to, hey, make myself a target. I'm just here to talk to my fans, man, and my friends and my YouTubers, and to get y'all, what do y'all think about the Kobe Bryant, you know, the situation? Like, do you feel like, man, it's just life happens like that, people make mistakes? Or do y'all feel like with the Comedy Central episode of him dying in the helicopter and crashing out passing the rings, to the Kanye video, to the icon of his helicopter, like, I mean, what do y'all think? I'm gonna drop the links. I want y'all to watch some videos, watch some clips, watch some different things. This part 1, you know what I mean? I probably gonna have to make a part 2, part 3, part 4, because I'm sure the Kobe Bryant Decoded is gonna be very interesting. You know what I mean? I love Kobe Bean. Don't get it wrong. I always love Kobe Bean and what he stood for as a fan, as a just a fan of basketball. But like I say, his death is kind of weird on what had went on and what going on, and then his pilot being in the air and LAPD calling out with the climate like nobody to fly. Like, I just don't understand how he didn't get the message. Out of all the pilots and the helicopter people, how, you know what I mean, why wasn't this like alerted to them? Hey, man, you better take a dump. Like, you know, I got my questions. I'm gonna drop the links down here. Y'all watch the videos, y'all review them, subscribe to me. Kobe Bryant Decoded, part 1. Let's go.